So, how do you know that you're ready to become a yoga therapist? And how do you know that you're ready to study yoga therapy? Well, the answer to that question is the first sign is that you have doubts. What does that mean? Well, that you start questioning your teaching in groups, that the practices and the sequences that you learned in your yoga teacher training may not be suitable or safe for everybody in your class. Maybe you start feeling a little bit insecure and not so safe, and meaning, well, I know that this practice is maybe benefiting this person, but actually could be causing harm to this other. And you don't have the time nor enough hands to create enough modifications, variations, to use the props with absolutely every single member of your group so that they can all work in that safe way. So the only thing that you can do is say to them, listen to your body. So how often we get somebody who raises their hand and they say, well, I recently had knee surgery. And the yoga teacher looks and says, right, well, does it hurt you at the moment? And the student says, well, sometimes when I do some things, right, okay. Well, the rest of the group are waiting. Well, listen to your knee. Listen to your body and your knee, and if you have any problems, please just lie down in Shavasana. It's all you can do. So I know that more and more yoga teachers coming to us saying, I don't feel so secure. I don't feel so confident anymore, even though I have been up until now. But the issue is that people are now coming to yoga for serious health issues. They used to come to yoga to be more flexible and to relax. And now, even doctors are sending people to yoga, people who are affected and experiencing serious symptoms of heart disease, of anxiety, depression, herniated discs. They send them to yoga. And when people are looking at social media and everything that is out there, they say, okay, yoga can help me. So here comes a yoga teacher who only has a 200-hour teacher training. Even if you have a 300 or 500 hour, it doesn't prepare you to work with people with serious health issues, but they do come to the class. So if you ask the questions, anybody with anything that I should know about, right? There might be a wide range of serious health issues, and you are not prepared to do this, and you're becoming more and more aware that this is the case. So you start to wonder, you start to talk to people. And another sign is that you start looking for some additional education. You think, okay, yes, I need to know about this. Maybe I could do a course on anxiety. Maybe I could do a course on how to work with people with low back pain. That is already also a sign that perhaps you're ready to study yoga therapy and to become a yoga therapist. Another sign as well is when you start questioning a little bit the traditional yoga teaching with what's going on today. What does that mean? It means that, yes, the yoga philosophy and some of the teachings from ancient texts and perhaps from more traditional sources of yoga have helped you or facilitated your journey. However, when you work with people in the real world right now with real health issues, somebody with diabetes type 2, for example, obesity, or somebody with polycystic ovarian syndrome, somebody who has maybe is trying to conceive with fertility issues, then you realize that perhaps those that knowledge may not be so easily applicable to real life with real human beings in the problems of today. So, yes, you want to find that balance, but you don't know how to do it. You don't have the tools. And I know that a lot of you say, well, I just want to know what asanas to do with somebody who has neck hernia. Yeah. I just want to know what practices to do when somebody has IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. It's not as easy as that. So you have to learn the protocols, you have to get the knowledge of anatomy, physiology, pathology. You have to understand as well what are the tools that you can have in your toolbox, how to apply them, how to make those combinations adapted to that human being. So if you're starting to feel overwhelmed by larger classes where you feel, oh my God, I have 12, 20, 25 people, and I feel that some of these practices are not safe, and that I'm struggling with the little knowledge that I have to handle and offer and be of service to others, this is a sign that you are ready to study yoga therapy. And I want to finish this off by praising and bringing confidence to you to say, if you have these questions, if you're questioning, if you're doubting, this is a good thing. Why? Because it means that you're becoming more aware. And it is absolutely true that with your yoga teacher training, you have not received the information or the knowledge nor the skills to work with people with serious health issues, which is what is happening these days. We are receiving and welcoming, as yoga professionals, people with health issues, mental and physical health issues. So you need to train, you need to prepare if you want to do that work. Now, you come to me and you say, well, actually, I'm happy just teaching my classes. I do a lovely vinyasa flow and I just, tell them to listen to their bodies and I'm totally happy with it. I do my sound bowls and yes, and we do a little bit of shavasana together and that's wonderful. Then you're not ready to become a yoga therapist. Then this will not be your path and it's absolutely fine. However, if you are questioning, if you're doubting, if you're thinking, am I doing the right thing? Am I being safe? Are these practices safe? What do I do when I get a student or several students with health issues? What do I do? How do I teach my yoga to make sure that I can be of service to them and particularly that I can help them with their issues? If you're doing that in your mind, in yourself, with a little bit of self reflection. Write it down, bring your questions, and we will be happy to help you with them. And that could be a sign that you're ready to study and to dive deeper into the knowledge of yoga and how we can apply it to the human beings of today and not necessarily to the human beings of thousands of years ago. So if you're interested, there's a course that we do, Yoga Therapy Foundation, 100 hours, of course, is wonderful. But regardless of that, there's a wonderful way to start your training. But regardless of that, you can contact us, email us, we can have a conversation because I know that it's not easy to change the path that you're on, but it could be a sign, definitely, that the way that you're going to be of service to others and in your career as a yoga professional is going to be transformed. Thank you for listening.